Are you interested in learning the 3 most important things on what it takes to be a business leader? Straightforward, it's not an easy task and you might get shocked after you watch this video because it's severe and it might not be for everyone out there. The content of this video is coming from a famous business leader, Mr. Toyama, who succeeded to rebuild many big companies in Japan that went bankruptcy. Okay, let's now dive into tip number 1. Keep running the PDCA cycle. As you know, market and competition changes every day. In such situation, the ability to predict the unpredictable and to make your strategy to be able to adapt to changes is crucial. But no matter how much you learn about strategy in the textbooks, there is never any guarantee to make the right decisions. Why? It's because emotional and unpredictable people are always involved in the execution of business. You need to constantly plan, do, check, and action to find out if your hypothesis works or not. And always get feedback and find out a way to improve. What differentiates an excellent company and a bad company is not because of their strategy itself, it's mostly how fast and smooth they can run their PDCA cycle. Again, you need to keep in mind that a strategy is never perfect. Even a great strategy might fail sometimes, but the worst thing is to never admit your failure and to try to hide it. Humans are basically weak and usually only see what they want to see. That's why the PDCA cycle is not an easy thing to keep on doing. You need to have a strong will and train your muscle brain so that it's ingrained naturally. There is no goal in this PDCA cycle either. You will always find something wrong and places you need to improve, and that actually explains the difficulty of managing a business. You need to establish a discipline in your company so that everyone can run their PDCA cycle and to do what they're supposed to do constantly. Next, tip number 2. Understand human beings. First, what are the elements of a leader? It's humanity and ability. Humanity is grit, the passion and obsession to accomplish things, to influence others. Ability is about basic management, knowledge, and skills to observe the reality as it is, thinking with your own brain, creating constructive solutions. Without understanding on how each person's delicate mind and emotion works, you won't be able to influence on your organization. You need to figure out each individual's incentive and personality. An incentive is what people feel is important when working and what motivates them. It might be for money, for a stable job, to get a promotion, to work for their family, to work in a big company, to have good relation with their colleagues, or to love doing the same work every day. A personality is, for example, people who like taking risks, who hate taking risks, people who like changes, who like routine works, who like inventing things. You need to customize the way you encourage and motivate them based on their personalities, but also to assign them a job that suits them most with their character. Otherwise, nobody will follow your orders. That's how difficult it is to influence people. First, try to understand what each individuals are essentially motivated to and encourage them by pressing the right button. If you can synchronize the strategy of your organization or a company with each individual's incentive and personality, you can turn your organization into a real combat group. In other words, the benefit of your organization and benefit of each individual has to be synchronized. Any great strategy is finally relying on each human being's intuition. You need to put endless effort on earning insights on people, but on the other hand, know that they are unpredictable. You might say, how the heck can you understand someone else when you can't even understand yourself? Well, that's the complexity of human beings and the reason why there are tons of literatures out there. But management is the skill to bundle those people who have individual will and emotions and to lead them to a common goal. To combine irrational with rational, emotions with logics, and to guide with a vision. Just imagine how difficult that is. But to understand the difficulty is the first step of management. There is no secret ingredients that will definitely work, and there's absolutely no goal in management. You need to keep on innovating. Human beings don't want to change and do something hard, so management is like pushing a very heavy gear. You can't do this all by yourself, and you need to gather help from others to push from the top to bottom. Management is to feel responsibility not only on your work, but for the lives of who you lead. It's not an easy job. You need to be committed and have the strong will to take the burden on your shoulders. Proactively take communication with your subordinates. The technology, know-how, and motivation your employees possesses is the most important thing in your company. How to make use of it for your company and ultimately for the society is crucial. Lastly, tip number 3. Go through hell. Do you sometimes prepare material for a meeting based on what you think your boss might think is right and not what you really think is right? You can see similar things happening in a lot of big companies. This might be the trend where elites are raised where academic background matters the most. Students that are good at getting high scores in exams are good at reading the minds of who prepares their examination questions. They're not really using their own head but actually trying to find out what the intention of the exam preparer is. But when you talk about what kind of skills a business owner or a CEO needs, you don't have to be good at this at all. Moreover, a problem because there is no right answer in business management. A management decision is needed only where there's no right answer or when you try to go through paths where a lot of conflicts and frictions exist. In such circumstances, you need a leader that can take all the responsibility and make decisions using their own brain. You can't just be asking everyone for answers because there isn't any. When the going gets tough, you need a mentality to deal with stress and to hustle and have the courage to fight to the end. Management is about having the toughness both physically and mentally and the influence to others. You can't measure this in exam. Without the experience of losing and going through hell, a leader can't be born. If you think you have the potential to be an elite, don't go to a winning battlefield. You can never learn anything there. Instead, put yourself in a disadvantaged place where you can learn how to go through hell. Humans don't learn from winning. Only by losing you seriously question yourself on why you failed and admit where you were wrong. There is no great leader in history that never experienced failure. They mostly go through hard times and reach the rock bottom and find an answer there. You can never save a person that's desperate and defeated when you haven't went through one yourself. No pain, no gain. I encourage you to embrace the pain. Thank you for watching. In this channel we summarize the great essence of best-selling Japanese business book and self-development book into English. So if you're interested, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss the new videos coming up. Also, if you're interested in learning how to build a strategy, there's another video that I made, so don't forget to check that out too. See you in the next video. Thank you.